So I would like to conclude by saying thank you so much again to all the presenters for the wonderful work, inspiring work. And I'd also like to say a very big thank you to the team. It's been incredible working with you guys, and your patience and kindness and incredible sense of imagination and collaboration has been fantastic. Thank you so much. And I feel like we're at the start of something, not just at the end of something. We're at the start of building a beautiful community of learning and taking the work forward into the education world. So thank you so much to everyone for being a part of this wonderful project. Over to Peter.
I didn't know what I was letting myself in for when I agreed to come onto the team. And I was a little bit trepidatious, but after a time, I started to enjoy myself. And in particular, I've loved doing our meetings. We've met up, the four of us, so often over the last few weeks, months. And we've got a team feel going, and it's worked so well. I've enjoyed doing the interviews with the people I've interviewed. The presentations and interviews seem just so great to me. It's been a thoroughly good experience, and so I'm so pleased that I got involved. Over to Sue now.
Yeah, well, we're really pleased you got involved as well, Pete. I think it's, we've been a really balanced team, and I think this is why we're really keen to keep the team together and keep moving forward. And we've all got great ideas for where we want to go and what we want to do with this. I think it really feels like it's kind of the amazing energy that's been generated by this whole thing, which is incredible when you think when it started off that it was, it was one of these, oh dear, we're going to have to cancel the conference things. And instead, it's actually, I think, turned into something much better. And I agree with you, Judith, that the presenters have been, just amazing. I don't know if anybody's ever had to make a video of themselves, but it's really not easy. And there's so many things you have to think about, as well as just, the technology and what you're going to say. It's a lot to do. So, really, you guys who've been presenters or interviewees, thank you again. You've been absolutely amazing and so accommodating as we've bumbled along with the technology, trying to figure out how things work and what's going to work and how it's all going to get together. We've had to ask you to change things and do things, and you've all been completely without ego. And I think that's been true also of the team, and that's the thing I've enjoyed more than anything else. Sharing a real vision for something without, personal stuff or the ego getting in the way, and it's just a joy. So anyway, thanks again, everybody, and it's your turn, Andy.
Just to reiterate what everyone else has said so far, it has been so much fun to do, as well as incredibly hard work, but we really enjoyed it. And I just also want to reiterate that this is just the beginning. We've got a wonderful foundation of videos in line already, but we're planning to have a lot more coming over the next few months and years. And anybody interested in sending in a video, please get in touch. We're always interested in new ideas. So thanks again.
Here you are at the end of our extraordinary online conference about the Alexander Technique in Education. We hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and that some presentations were of particular interest to you. We are so happy with the exceptional breadth and depth of the approaches that we've been able to reveal in this most important area of our profession. Of course, we would like to thank all of the presenters for sharing their expertise with us and for putting in the considerable time and effort when making their presentations. We know just how much work has gone into every one of these contributions. It's great to find the Alexander world is full of talented, knowledgeable, and creative teachers. If you found some presentations particularly catching your interest, please go to the Developing Self conference page to see if there are handouts for those talks. If not, the details of the presenter's website will be there, and we are sure that each of the presenters will be very happy to hear from you through their contact page. If, for instance, you were interested in more detail about how we do things at the Royal College of Music, you could get in touch with me. Now I'm going to hand over to Andy.
We want to say a big thank you to everyone who's made a donation to help put on this conference. We've now covered our running costs, and we will use any surplus in the best way we can to improve what we offer you. We're committed to providing as much free content as possible through the Developing Self website and the YouTube channel. And we're continuing to build our selection of downloadable resources. These include movement activities and game ideas, posters, video and podcast stories for children, and a timeline of Alexandrian education dating back to 1913. To see these for yourself, visit developingself.net/resources.
John Dewey said, "The technique of Mr. Alexander bears the same relationship to education that education bears to all other human activity." We intended to honour that with the conference, and we hope we have with the breadth and depth of all the beautiful videos that we've had submitted by all the wonderful presenters. And we hope we will have inspired you to share your work, for you to make videos and interviews, and for us to share that on this site. We would also like to announce today that we're bringing out Sue Holliday's workbook for children for the age group of 11 to 13-year-olds. It's available on Amazon, and there's a link on the Developing Self website. And we'd really like to pay tribute to all that Sue has done for the work and all that she's contributed to the Alexander technique in education over the years. Thank you, Sue. Now I'll pass us all back to Sue Mary.
I've got some great news about a new book that's just about to be published. It should be ready in August this year, 2020, and it's a biography of Irene Tasker, and it's written by Alexander technique teacher Regina Stratel, and I'm very excited about this book because I am a huge fan of Irene. I think that she is the pioneer of pioneers when it comes to Alexander work in education. I think she's not exactly been ignored, but I don't think she's really been appreciated as much as she deserves to be appreciated. And this biography will really set that to rights, I think. I remember when I was preparing for the year 2000 memorial lecture that Judith and I gave, I went through the archive in Lansdowne Road and discovered in biscuit tins and various other boxes and things all these photographs and letters, and really began to realise that this person, Irene Tasker, who I'd vaguely heard of at that point, I'm ashamed to say, was the most incredible woman. And this was further confirmed when I did an interview with Erica Whittaker, who worked with her and knew her and was also a great big fan of Irene's, filled in a lot of detail for me about what sort of person she was and the marvellous work that she did in really setting up the little school. So let's take a look at this new book that's coming up.
The book contains 480 pages in total. It consists of two main parts. About half of it is a biography of Irene Tasker. The other half contains appendices with all her known published writing, including connecting links, plus a collection of relevant newly discovered material that includes letters and other documents by F.M. Alexander, Irene Tasker and others, two of her notebooks with notes on attending some parts of Alexander's first teacher training course, a refresher course with Alexander in 1938, private lessons with Alexander, lessons that she gave herself, and general notes and thoughts on the technique. The estimated publication date is August 2020. It will be published by Moritz and will then be available through Moritz online shop. Sign up for the Moritz email newsletter to be directly notified about any publication news. All this information, including links to the Moritz online shop, also appears on the Developing Self website resources page.
So I'm wishing Regina the best of luck with this book. I think it's going to sell really well. And now, just to conclude my bit, I just want to talk about staying in touch. Lots of people have joined the mailing list during the course of the preparation for the conference. I know many of you probably joined just so that you could keep in touch with the latest conference information. But we're all hoping that most of you will stay on the mailing list. You won't be bombarded with tons and tons of emails from us, but it is a great way to keep connected and to get the latest updates. And we do have some quite exciting plans for the future to build on this incredible enthusiasm that has been generated by the conference. The other way you can stay in touch, of course, is to keep checking the website. We do try and update that as often as we can. So any information that comes out on the mailing list will probably be the hot stuff, hot off the press, as it were, but it will also find its way eventually onto the website. And then the other option is also to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, I think what happens there is as soon as a new video is posted, you get a notification about that. And we do have plans to keep making these presentation videos and interview videos. So that also might be a nice way forward. But apart from that, we do hope to hear from you as well. So do send us any messages and emails. And in the future, we do hope that we'll come up with some way that we can all speak together wherever we are in the world. So look out for an announcement about that too. That's it from me. And now back to the team. So thanks again to everyone, and it's just now left for us to say goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.